This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engaging with your audience, and selling anything from products to content to time. All in one place, all on your terms. Hey Spuds, it's Jamie. Welcome back to another video. First video channel, I don't know, but welcome either way. And today we are looking at bad women's anatomy. Oh yes, we are back on the channel today looking at that anatomy that is bad of the women's. Yes, this is typically a lot of just misogyny. We all know that not every woman has the same anatomy, whether they're cis, whether they're trans, for all different reasons. However, this subreddit is things aimed towards people because they are women, and this can be anatomy based or this can be other things based. Yes, just a lot of misogyny. A lot. Yay. That's what these videos should be called. Just a ton of misogyny. Girls want to be talking about period pains. Have you ever rolled your ankle over like this? Ah, a screamy face. Nothing worse than a rolled ankle. And then we have a relatively anatomical, bony, tendony image of an ankle. Ah, yes. Delicious. I'm so glad girls don't have ankles. What does he think is happening here? The only pain that women experience is period pain. They don't have ankles. They don't have joints to dislocate. They don't have funny bones to knock on door frames. They don't have heads to hit on walls. They are nothing but period cramps. That is it. No ankles to roll over on. Did he not stop and think for a second? Wait, a majority of people have ankles. A majority of women have ankles. Therefore, surely they've been able to compare the pain of periods to the pain of rolling over on one's ankle, and has been deemed that typically period pain is worse. Logic not found. Error. Mammograms smash open the lump, causing the parasites to go wild and actually gives you cancer. There, someone finally said it. There, you finally said probably one of the worst medical takes I've ever read. The parasites to go wild. Even bigger error than the time before. I don't even know what to say to this one. So he's actively trying to encourage people with breasts to not have mammograms, saying that they cause cancer. The preventative measure, he's saying, no, don't do that. Wow. A man built a fence to keep wolves out. It worked, and there were no more wolves. With the wolves gone and forgotten, his wife became convinced that he built the fence to trap her at home, so she tore it down. She was promptly eaten by wolves. Allegory for feminism.
Man, protect woman, not control woman. Protect woman. Woman, do not do things of own accord or you will be eaten.
Alive. Wow. This just sounds like a metaphor for trying to control women. Oh, hey, don't have those thoughts for yourself. That's bad for you. You need to listen to, be protected by, and be controlled by a man. Stay within that fence that the man has built for you. He has built that fence to trap you at home, and now he's trying to scare you even more about taking that fence down by telling you some fancy schmancy made up story about another woman who tore that fence down and oh, she got eaten. No, that is not an allegory for feminism. When she's not your girlfriend, when she becomes your girlfriend, her hair grew, she's wearing a glass. I mean, it looks like that's the difference between she's ready to go on a night out and has decided to keep her hair short and had highlights. She's just woken up in the morning and not put her contact lenses in and is wearing pajamas. Yes, people sometimes look different given the context, but I hate this whole vibe from so many men where it's like, ah, she was so attractive before she was my girlfriend, and now she's my girlfriend. No, she's not good enough. She's not attractive anymore. I feel like it's just an excuse to cheat and be like, oh, well, before we got together, she used to put effort in, and now she doesn't, that we're boyfriend, girlfriend, and I need someone who puts effort in. During dating in the early stages of a relationship, don't a majority of people put that little bit extra effort in? Like you typically would see people on a date in their going out attire and however else they do themselves up, hair, makeup, whatever. And then when you're in a steady relationship, isn't it wonderful that that person then feels comfortable around you to not always be like in going out mode, and they can just wear their pajamas, not do their hair, not do their makeup, and just be a bit more relaxed? They're still the same person that you were dating. I'm sure they still look like that when you're going on a night out and things, but it's just you're seeing them in so many more contexts of their lives, and I think that's the wonderful thing about relationships. What's this guy expecting? That he's going to be with somebody for like 2 years, wake up every morning and she's just going to be full glam ready to go out? No. And on that note, I want to pivot because right now now, I'm having a little bit of a disaster. Yeah. As some of you may remember, I recently started my new business of potato carving called A Perfect Mash. Oh yes, you're gonna get very fed up with the potato puns for the next 3 minutes, but count. Let me know how many you notice. Also, unfortunately, my potato carving business is gonna have to come to an end. Squarespace truly was the tater to my tot, allowing me to create a masterpiece of a website. But unfortunately, because of the masterpiece of a website, demand grew beyond the potato supply, and I have caused a shortage of potatoes. There are no potatoes left to carve. So I am stepping back from the potato carving business for a while, but I am sure I will see you tater with a brand new idea. Whatever your idea though, you know that your website is going to be amazing with Squarespace because it is packed full with very appealing features. You can use Squarespace's new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint. This lets you choose from professionally curated layout and styling options to build your unique online space. Your website will be tailored to your business or website idea and optimized for every device. And when your website's ready, Squarespace's optimized SEO tools will help you grow roots across the web, helping you hit that internet sweet spot, so you can get discovered fast and grow in the way you want, just like a little potato. Once you have all your pages ready, you can use Squarespace's asset library to organize, upload, and access all of your content from one place. This means I can manage all of my files from one central hub and use them across the Squarespace platform. You can also keep an eye on your website's growth using Squarespace's handy analytics. For Sharp and I's actual real website that is not going anywhere, these analytics let us check on things like top traffic sources and the geography of site visitors. You can also get insights on sales metrics and understand how your reach is growing. Basically, Squarespace gives you all the tools you need to scale your business. So whatever your website idea, whether you're looking to build a community, if you're an awesome entrepreneur, or if you're able to grow some spuds of your own to carve potatoes, you can turn any idea into a website using Squarespace. I'll be baking business next month with a brand new idea, so go leave a comment down below of what you think I should get up to, and I might just use Squarespace to make it a reality. Keep your eyes peeled. And next month will be the last one of the year, and it will mark a full year. We will have gone through 12 businesses this year with Squarespace. Time really flies when you're having fun. To get started yourself, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Jammidodger to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The link is in the description box, and it really does help me out, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you more fun business ideas and websites going forward. Thank you for listening. Now back to the absolutely atrociously awful Bad Women's Anatomy. Oh, we have a little Am I the A-hole? Am I the A-hole? I am a restaurant's manager, and I have an employee who has been going to the bathroom regularly this week. Oh, God forbid somebody needs to go to the bathroom. She tells me that she has her period, so I decided to call all of the female employees and ask them to put a tampon before their shift or to hold back their period, if it's possible. It's not. They told me I'm the a-hole now. Is that what you're saying? I just want the restaurant to keep running, but I like my team. We are low staff, so they are precious. My precious team members. Precious. Am I the a-hole? Yes. Oh my God, like, people have to go to the bathroom. If somebody's going to the toilet every half an hour and they're spending 10 to 15 minutes in there, then they either need to go home because they're unwell or there's something going on. But if somebody has to take like multiple toilet breaks throughout the day and they're reasonably timed and they're not in there for like an hour, then what is your problem? Bodily functions happen. People can't just not pee, not poop, and definitely cannot hold in their period. If people need to deal with being on their period, they have to go to the bathroom. Can't just hold it in, can't just pop a tampon in before the day and then just leave it at that. This is so bizarre. I feel like it shouldn't have been the manager calling in the employees for a meeting. The manager should have been called in to a meeting on basic biology and bodily functions. I mean, like,
people need the toilet sometimes, and that's okay.
Women are pretty clueless when it comes to reading people. Best they can do is try to judge you by politics. Yes, women specifically terrible at reading people. They are awful at reading emotions in others and telling what you are interested in. What does this even mean? Best they can do is try to judge you by politics. I mean, the way politics are at the minute, I feel like it's so culture war-y in a lot of places. And like, so I'm in the UK. The Conservative Party seem to only care about basing their politics and everything off of trying to win some culture war and being the most bigoted people they can be. I feel it's kind of very similar in the US. I think politics can be a reasonable judge of where somebody stands in life and on points, because if I interact with somebody and I find out that they're a hardcore hardcore Tory supporter and they like the policies of Rishi Sunak and Boris Johnson and things and Liz Truss, I'm not gonna want to really interact with that person. We can have a difference of opinion apart from when that difference in opinion starts to impede on my human rights. Oh look, skulls. A man's skull has a wider chin, a flatter, wider chin. Is that it? And a slightly wider jawline? And what? A flat bit on the forehead? I mean, I feel like what these things really do is basically say there is no allowance for individual differences in people. All men have this shape of skull. Every single man and every single woman has the other shape of skull. Non-binary people are a perfect combination of the two, because even though it's weird basic biology and pointlessly gendered and bad women's anatomy and bad men's anatomy and bad everything anatomy, we still recognize non-binary people. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Once they successfully make this robot that can give birth, it's over for you, ladies. Wow, that is interesting. But when they say it's over for you, ladies, is this the same person who thinks that all the chromosomes come from the sperm? And they're like, great, women are only needed to grow the baby. When the baby can grow outside of a woman in a robot or a little pod or whatever, or out in the garden with the potatoes, no longer needed women. No, bye-bye, we only need the man, because women were just the oven. They provide nothing but an oven. That's why they're good at cooking. No, wow, I bet you some people think that. Yeah, this definitely feels like it's along the same lines of the person who thinks that all the chromosomes come from sperm, and just genuinely thinking that women have, one, no other purpose in making babies apart from growing them, but also two, that women have no other purpose and there's no other necessity and there's no other reason for women to exist than to be just a literal human oven. Women are so much more than that. Why are men like this? So, my husband just asked me what's the difference between a left and right tampon. Well, one goes between the toes on your left feet, multiple feet on the left. Well, one goes between the toes on your left foot and one goes between the toes on your right foot. You put one in with your right hand and the other one in with your left hand. No, I'm pretty sure that that's like flow level, like regular. There's probably an H somewhere. That would have really confused him. Head? Did I put that one up my nose? I'm not like astonished or anything that a cis guy didn't know what the L and R meant, but it does intrigue me that there was an assumption it meant left and right, because logically, if you just think about that for a second, it makes zero sense why there would be a left and right tampon. Meet gorgeous women now. Unforgettable moments with beautiful women. Your data waits. That is definitely an AI lady. Yes, unrealistic expectations, vastly tiny arms, a very, very, very tiny waist, massive boobs. What is the jawline from the male skull, but the chin from the female skull? Is it uncanny valley when things just don't quite look right? And like, you can tell that's not a real person. Is that what it is? The uncanny valley effect is a hypothesized psychological and aesthetic relation between an object's degree of resemblance to a human being and the emotional response to the object. Examples of the phenomenon exist among robotics, 3D computer animations, and lifelike dolls. So I guess that this AI generated woman would fall within that category. I feel somewhat uncomfortable. There is no like third arm or 17th finger though, which you sometimes see in AI generated people. There are plenty of upsides to being female, but as far as physical performance, no, there aren't any. Evolution made men better physically and women better in other ways. See, I feel like that's just been made an assumption that testosterone will typically make a person physically stronger. Stronger? It'll make you stronger. Will make you stronger. Strength isn't the be-all and end-all of, like, muscle mass, height, all expected to be higher in men than women, or people with high testosterone. However, that's not the be-all and end-all of physical performance. I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that there are certain, like long-distance running, like things that require a lot of stamina, women are actually physically better performance-wise at. So if we look at like what sports are women better at than men? Long distance open water swimming. The sports where women outperform men. Is this just a nice list? No, you're not giving me a nice list. Look, I don't have time to read an entire article right now. I just want a nice little bullet pointed list. Also, sport shooting and ultra running. Several types of gymnastics. Oh, because men's gymnastics emphasizes strength and agility, whilst women's emphasizes flexibility and strength body mass ratio. Women are as good or better shots than men at ultra elite levels. Equestrian event of dressage. Archery. There you go. There's a bunch of sports that women outperform men in, which would indicate that there are things that women are physically better at than men. But also, physical performance doesn't just have to be sport and to do with like strength and speed and that kind of stuff, but just other things. Just because somebody's a woman doesn't mean they're physically inferior to a man. That's a weird take. I don't blame the bear. Oh, not the bear again. The bear choosing the man after being in the woods with the woman for a week. They were so mean. I know, buddy. I don't get these men who are like,
Women are so mean.
why is it that we hear so much complaining from men that women are mean? And we hear more about that than we hear about the rate of domestic violence against women and the rate of just general violence from men towards women and the rate of murder of men towards women and assault from men towards women. But no. We ignore that. What we really focus on is the fragility of man's ego thinking a woman is mean because, I don't know, constructive criticism, telling him to do something, asking him to do... I don't even know where this comes from. This is very confusing. Women would choose the bear because... Why do I even have to explain it? Women would feel safer being in the woods alone with a bear than a man. Let that sink in. Don't argue against it. Just realise that means men need to do better. And now some men are turning this around to
Be like, oh, well, actually, I would rather be alone in the woods with a bear. Not for safety reasons, like women say, but because they're mean. Yeah, I'd rather risk getting eaten by a bear than have a woman tell me what to do.
Most women have hair on their arms and legs. Yes, not on arms. Never met a woman with hair on arms. Haven't met many women then, LMAO. Just because you haven't met women with hair on their arms doesn't mean they don't exist. That's such a bizarre thing. Unless somebody shaved or like got rid of the hair, every single person will have some form of hair on their arms. It might be blonde, it might be very fine, it might be more peach fuzzy, but there's gonna be something there. We are not hairless creatures, human beings, and regardless of gender and hormones, people will have hair unless they have a medical condition that means they have no hair. Women shaped like this are always telling other women to break up with their man. Oh, look at the little frog booty. Look at it. That's a frog or a toad or something. How do you tell the difference between a frog and a toad? My brain just says frogs are a little bit smaller and cuter, but that feels mean to toads. But yes, maybe I should stop looking at the little frog butt and comment on what was said. So women shaped like this are always telling other women to break up with their man. What are they trying to say? That it's like women shaped like an olive? Very short-legged women with larger bodies are always telling other women to break up with their man. This one's a bit lost on me, not gonna lie. Oh look, unrealistic expectations for the female skeleton. Look, breasts are not tissue, so the mammogram one was very wrong because look, actually breasts are bone. Spine is so curvy and the hips are very interesting. Very interesting. And wow, look, permanent Barbie stiletto feet. I had the bottom of our new pool painted red. Why? Instead of the typical light blue, and my wife said I ruined it. You did. I have a feeling the boys will appreciate it. We want to swim in a pool that looks like we just murdered somebody. Ah, blood. That's what it feels like. No. I don't really know why this is bad women's anatomy. All I can think of is something to do with periods, but then I don't know why it's bad anatomy. I guess maybe just the woman's perspective of this is like, oh, it looks like somebody's perioded in this pool. That is not a good look. And the dude is just like,
oh, manly blood. Yes, we murder people in here.
Maybe. When your son brings home a new girl every week, your wife wakes up with some brain. It's just brain, okay? Every day, your daughter has no devices or access to the internet, and every week you go out with the boys and sports bet. So, what this man sees as a good setup with his children is a disparity between son and daughter, where the son has ultimate freedom, brings home a new girl every week. Yes, that's a good son. But your daughter is a literal shut-in, right? No internet, no access, no communicating with friends, no devices. I'm assuming no boys, nothing. You want to control her. That's disgusting. That disparity is disgusting, and that general treatment of a daughter and attitude towards a daughter is disgusting. When I read stuff like this, I'm like, I hope you don't have kids. And then your wife wakes you up with brain. Just some good old brain every day. Right. You expect that of your wife. And then you go out with the boys and spend your money on betting sports. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not be like this. Wow, just got an instant headache. What right has feminism ever brought to women? Help me. The ability to work, the ability to vote, the ability to have a say within a divorce, whether you can get a divorce, the ability to earn at least somewhat, not that there is not pay equality, but it's closer than it used to be. The right to not get thrown in an asylum for just being a woman. Should we Google some more? Feminism is a range of movements and ideologies that have helped women gain rights in many areas of life, including voting, education, work, reproductive rights, legal rights, marriage, maternity leave, workplace protections, cultural norms, gender-neutral language, and many, many more. So basically, women didn't used to be able to vote. They didn't used to have equal say within a marriage. They didn't used to have protections within a workplace. They didn't used to have the right to work in many places. And then when they could work, they didn't have the same rights within the workplace as men, and they didn't have the same pay as men within the workplace. The pay is still a problem. And many things, many rights to do with women are still not where they need to be and are still a problem. But feminism has made leaps and bounds of changes within the past 200 years for women's rights. Certainly within certain countries and cultures, there are still many where things are vastly disproportionate and absolutely atrocious for women. I think I get so baffled. I find this as baffling as transphobia, that some people just can't get their heads round the way women are treated, and the fact that they're sat there thinking,
oh, what good has feminism ever done?
Means that like they are actively contributing towards this problem. Like, use your brain, like Google, like read something, read a book, read a web page, talk to women. I don't know, or maybe don't. I don't know. Not until you've read some stuff and like had a bit of an attitude adjustment. Ladies, please stop using your vacuum hose to end your period early. Huh? Nobody's doing that. You're going to wind up sucking out a lot more than blood. There were 2 cases of this so far this week, and both women had to be admitted. Just stop. I cannot believe that that is a real thing. People don't actually do that. It won't work. I've dated dozens of 9 to 10 faces with 6 to 7 bodies. Oh, you see them very separate, do you? But only 1 or 2 bodies that were near perfect 10 and topped with a 7 face. And probably only like 2 that were a 9+ for both. I just feel like this is absolute bull and is probably written by somebody who's like objectively a 4. All over, everything, even your feet. The ones with just okay bodies tended to be the type that look amazing in clothes but less so naked. Not that it was false advertising, they had exactly what I expected to find under the clothes. Great curves often come with a little extra baggage, and I'm cool with that. A body can improve or decline. She's stuck with her face, and over time it won't improve, so I'll always prefer a beautiful face. I'd always prefer to never read these posts. Newsflash to this guy. Maybe you should care more about what's on the inside. Mostly of you right now, but that's typically the most stable thing with people because we all get older. And I do see getting older as a positive thing because it's gonna happen. We can't stop the aging process, and I'd rather get older, you know, than not get older, because there's only 2 options. Everything will decline. Like, we are slowly aging and being poisoned by oxygen, and everything is going to be saggy and wrinkly as we age, including the face. You look at photographs of people when they are 80 and then photographs of them when they are 20. They look incredibly different. So I would highly recommend, first and foremost, falling in love with what's on the inside. As cheesy as that sounds, I think it's the most important thing. Preferably, though, this person will just stay single forever. Make her beg to be your girlfriend in 6 simple ways. I have a real problem with these guys who are like,
hello, I am John. your dating coach. My experience is minimal, but I will tell you how to get a woman to beg you to be your girlfriend in 6 simple ways. Have I ever done it successfully? No, but that's not the point. I am filled with unfounded confidence.
That's actually just arrogance. Put her in the friend zone. Call her bro. What's up, bro? Never compliment her on her looks. She will chase that validation. She will fart. Flake on her from time to time. Miss dates. This is like how to be a shitty partner 101. Ghost/reply late. Talk to her about other girls. Not being desperate for X. They use that to control you. Follow because I'm helping you explore your game and become desirable. No, go away. Oh my god. So you find somebody that you like and you're like, I would like to express my interest in this person in a very respectful and lovely way and see if she would like to go out with me. The way I'm going to do that is call her bro, never compliment her on her looks so she'll have no idea that I'm actually interested in her. If she does agree to go on a date with me, which would be an absolute shock given how I've treated her thus far, I will then just miss multiple of those dates, yeah? And if she still gives me the time of day and is still messaging me, I will ghost those messages and I will delay replying. And then if she still wants to talk to me, I will act like I'm interested in other girls and that I'm not interested in adult fun times with her at all. Because that's really how to make somebody know that you're interested in them. Maybe just be nice. PC mods working overtime to save gaming. Oh no, what have they done? So I'm assuming the original is on the left and then they modded it on the right to be like, yes, let me do some thing that I see as ideal beauty standards. Yeah, okay. Is this a bit of homophobia? Because that looks like 2 guys holding hands. They've changed to a girl and a guy, right? And then, oh wow, they changed her race. That's horrendous. You find one type of bigotry, you often find another. You find misogyny, you find a bit of racism. So this is basically saying that 1, no gayness allowed, no racial diversity, and when you find a woman in a game, she must be overly sexualized. No. Men before bath, a stone face. After bath, what are they called? I've just googled these. I think they are the Easter Island statues. I think so. Men before bath, after bath, girl before bath, after bath. What is this? Go away. Relationships sucks. Many plurals. Women, did you actually expect me to have adult fun times with you after dating for over 3 months, giving me gifts, compliments, respect, loyalty, and being the best boyfriend I ever dated? Men, kinda, but is that not where the problem is? Because if you were giving gifts, complimenting, showing respect, showing loyalty, and being as good a boyfriend as you can be, just so that you would get adult fun times, that means that you're actually none of those things. You're not a complimentary, respectful, loyal, good partner. You are just very good at treating somebody how you think they might want to be treated in order to give you exactly what you want, and then as soon as you get what you want, you are no longer going to treat them in those nice ways. And also, there needs to be a mutual being ready to take the next step in a relationship. It doesn't matter how you've treated somebody. If the other person isn't ready, then you are not owed anything just because you've been a decent human being. 95% of us who buy video games are heterosexual men, and female characters should be designed accordingly. I am so done with this. I think we only have a couple more things, but oh my god, this is exhausting. I'm pretty sure this is a screenshot from the new Silent Hill game, like the remake. Vastly inappropriate. Like vastly. Like what? Like no. Sir should do some research on gamer demographics these days. It's about half now. How about we get Nathan Drake in some booty shorts then? Shirtless booty shorts. Perfect. Why do women say they can do anything a man can do, and if so, when are they going to start? It's a delusion. They don't take the garbage out, don't build skyscrapers or do oil rigs, and can't impregnate a woman like a man can. Feminists sold that idea to women and now they cry alone with their cat. Firstly, can't impregnate a woman like a man can. If, and I'm saying this as a trans man, we remove trans people from the equation just for a second. When we just talk in purely cis terms right now, a cis man can't can't get pregnant in the way a cis woman can. So why do they say they can do everything and more that women can do? Like, that's such a stupid argument. That one is the most stupid. All of this is stupid, but that one is the most stupid. In essence, I feel like this post goes back to the one about the husband building a wall to protect the wife from the wolves, but then the wife thinks that she's being kept captive behind the wall, so she breaks the wall down, and that's an allegory for feminism. What this is describing is there are some things that men do more and stereotypically are more likely to do. There are some jobs, there's some this and that, but forever women have been told that they can't do those things. So this person is complaining and being like, why are women saying they can do anything a man can do? And if they can, then why aren't they doing that? Not recognizing the so multi-generational forever times where women have been told that they can't do everything men can do, and they actively have not been allowed to. For example, women have only been allowed to vote for around 100 years. That is not very long in the history of humanity and society. This is like specifically in the UK. So men have gate-kept and prevented women from doing everything that they're able to do, and from doing a lot of things, and from having equal opportunities. And now this dude is like, well, why don't they do all those things? Why do you think? Healthy food, all chopped up, junk food. I mean, there is a vital component missing. If you literally had bread with lots of vegetables in, fine, as long as the bread wasn't like super duper sugary or whatever. I feel like in America bread tastes different. It's all very sweet. It's bizarre. Sorry, Americans, your bread is odd. But like the meat component is missing, or like the meat substitute, and a lot of it is depending on how it's cooked. But what has this got to do with Bad Women's Anatomy? Why are we talking about food? It has a comment. When a girl gets pregnant, all of her friends touch her stomach and say congrats, but none of them come and touch the man's ding dong and say well done. Moral: hard work is never appreciated, only the results matter. I mean, one, people shouldn't be touching a pregnant stomach without consent anyway. And two, does not even need an explanation. Clearly, we all know why that doesn't happen. Well, that was everything. That was a ride. That was fun. What did we think? Did we like this? How wonderful. Let's do this again at some point in the future when I've recovered from this time. If you did like the video, then think about leaving a comment, liking it, subscribing, all of those things, but no pressure. And do go check out that link for Squarespace as well down below in the description box. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.